Yahi folks, welcome back to Personal Finverse. This channel exists because the most important things about money are never taught, not in school, not at home, and rarely by anyone who does not stand to benefit from your confusion. Every video here is built to change that, honestly, simply, and with real numbers. Let us get into it. Imagine two people. Vikram earns rupees 80,000 a month. He has a car loan, a personal loan, a credit card. He pays the minimum on every month and a rented flat in Pune. At the end of each month, his account is close to empty. Priya earns rupees 45,000 a month. She has no loans. She has been putting rupees 8,000 a month into a mutual fund for 6 years. She owns a small plot of land in her hometown that her parents transferred to her. Her account is not large, but it grows every month by every traditional measure. Vikram looks wealthier, better salary, better lifestyle, nicer car, but by the only measure that actually matters, net worth, Priya is significantly ahead, and the gap between them is widening every single month silently while Vikram is not watching. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what net worth is, how to calculate yours in under 10 minutes, what counts as an asset and what counts as a liability, and the specific steps that move the number in the right direction starting from wherever you are right now. In the previous video, we examined the 50-30-20 budget rule, what it was designed to do, when it works, and when the math structurally breaks down on Indian salaries in high cost cities. We talked about the principle behind it, savings first, needs honestly defined, wants spent with awareness, but a budget is a monthly tool. It tells you what is happening this month. Net worth is the long view, it tells you what all those months have added up to. It is the scoreboard not of one game but of the entire season. Net worth is a single number, the simplest financial measurement that exists. Everything you own minus everything you owe, the result is your net worth. If you own more than you owe, your net worth is positive. If you owe more than you own, your net worth is negative. Both are real starting points, neither is a life sentence. The formula sounds almost too simple to be useful, but the reason it is the most important number in personal finance is this: it cannot be faked. Your salary can look impressive while hiding mountains of debt. Your lifestyle can signal wealth while your actual position is fragile. Net worth strips all of that away and leaves the truth. A person with a monthly salary of rupees 1,50,000 and loans totaling rupees 60 lakh and no assets has a deeply negative net worth. A person with a monthly salary of rupees 30,000 who has been investing rupees 5,000 a month for 10 years and owns their vehicle outright may have a positive net worth of rupees 15 lakh or more. The salary comparison tells you almost nothing about who is actually ahead. Net worth is the number that tells you the truth. Assets are things you own that have monetary value, but not everything you own qualifies in the way most people assume. Let us go through the main categories for an Indian household. Financial assets, the clearest category: bank account balances, fixed deposits, mutual fund holdings, equity, debt, hybrid ELSS, stocks held directly in a demat account, PPF balance, EPF balance, your provident fund accumulation, NPS balance, sovereign gold bonds. These are all clean liquid or semi liquid financial assets, physical assets, real but less liquid, residential property you own valued at current market price, not the price you paid commercial property. A vehicle, though cars depreciate, so value them honestly at current resale price, not the price you bought it for. Gold jewelry valued at current gold price for the metal content, not sentimental value. A plot of land, business ownership. If you own a business, your equity stake in that business is an asset. Valuing it accurately is harder, but it belongs in the picture. One important clarification for property: if your flat has a home loan against it, the full market value of the flat is the asset. The outstanding home loan is the liability. You list both separately. The difference between them is your equity in the property, which is the portion of that asset that actually contributes to your net worth. But here is where most people make the first mistake when calculating net worth. They include their EPF balance, which is correct, but they forget to check what it actually is. Your EPF passbook, accessible at the EPFO Member Portal at findia.gov.in, shows your current accumulated balance, including employer contributions and interest. For someone who has worked for 10 years at a salary of rupees 40,000 a month, this number may be rupees 8 lakh to rupees 12 lakh or more. It is one of the largest assets many salaried Indians own and one of the most commonly forgotten when people think about what they have. Liabilities are everything you owe, simple in concept, sometimes uncomfortable to add up home loan. The outstanding principal balance, not the total amount you originally borrowed, the amount remaining today. Check your loan statement or your bank's online portal. Car loan outstanding balance. Remember, the car is depreciating. The loan amount may exceed the car's current resale value. When that happens, that loan is contributing more to a negative net worth than the asset it financed. Personal loan outstanding balance, education loan outstanding balance, credit card debt, the total outstanding balance, not the limit. If you pay your credit card in full every month, your outstanding balance is effectively zero, and this is not a meaningful liability. If you carry a balance, even a small one, it counts. Buy now, pay later balances. Any outstanding amount counts as a liability. One thing that does not count as a liability, a credit card limit you have not used. The limit is potential debt, not actual debt. Only what you currently owe goes in this column. The honest moment in calculating net worth always comes here in the liabilities column. Most people know roughly what they own. Many people have not added up precisely what they owe. That total is often larger than expected, and seeing it clearly in one number is the beginning of being able to reduce it. This does not require a CA or a financial advisor. You need 20 minutes, a notebook, or a spreadsheet, and access to your account statements. Step 1, list every asset with its current value. For bank balances, check your accounts. For mutual funds, log into your CAMS or Zerodha coin account and note the current value, not the amount you invested. For EPF, check findia.gov.in using your UN number. For PPF, check your bank or post office passbook. For property, use a realistic current market estimate. Ask a local broker or check recent sale prices in your area on a platform like Magic Bricks or 99 Acres. Not what you hope it is worth, what someone would actually pay today. For gold, multiply the weight in grams by the current gold price per gram. Check the MCX rate on any credible financial website. Step 2, add everything up, that is your total assets. Step 3, list every liability with its current outstanding balance. For loans, check your latest EMI statement or bank portal for outstanding principal. For credit cards, check your latest statement. Step 4, add up your liabilities. Step 5, subtract total liabilities from total assets. The result is your net worth. Write it down, date it. If the number is negative, that is information, not failure. Many people starting out are negative. Every person who has taken an education loan or a home loan before building significant assets will show a negative or low net worth early in their career. What matters is the direction of the number over time. If this is the first time you are thinking about your finances this way, you are exactly who this channel is built for. Subscribe so you do not miss what comes next. Every video in this series builds on the last. Hit like if this is useful and drop a comment. Have you ever calculated your net worth before? Yes, no, or you are going to do it right after this video. I want to know. Let us go back to Vikram and Priya. Vikram, rupees 80,000 a month. Assets, savings account, rupees 25,000. No investments, no property. Liabilities, car loan outstanding, rupees 5 lakh. Personal loan outstanding, rupees 2 lakh. Credit card balance, rupees 40,000. Total assets, rupees 25,000. Total liabilities, rupees 7 lakh 40,000. Net worth, negative rupees 7 lakh 15,000. Priya, rupees 45,000 a month. Assets, savings account, rupees 60,000. Mutual fund portfolio, 6 years of rupees 8,000 a month at roughly 12% annual return. Current value approximately rupees 8 lakh 20,000. Plot of lands. Estimated current value rupees 6 lakh. EPF balance approximately rupees 3 lakh 50,000. Total assets approximately rupees 18 lakh 30,000. Liabilities zero. Net worth approximately rupees 18 lakh 30,000. Same country, similar age. Vikram earns nearly double Priya's income, but Priya's net worth is roughly rupees 25 lakh, ahead of Vikram's and growing. Every month Priya adds to her mutual fund, her net worth grows by rupees 8,000 plus market returns. Every month Vikram pays minimum on his loans. His liabilities reduce slightly, but his assets are not growing at all. The income number is the wrong scoreboard. Net worth is the right one. Building net worth is not complicated, but it requires consistency that most people abandon because they cannot see the results quickly enough. There are only two levers. Lever 1, grow your assets, invest regularly into instruments that compound over time. For most people in India, this means a monthly SIP into a diversified equity mutual fund for the long term, 10 years or more. According to AMFI India, the assets under management of the mutual fund industry crossed rupees 50 lakh crore in 2023, reflecting growing adoption across the country. The platform does not matter as much as the habit. Zerodh, Hakcoin, MF Central, Paytm Money, any SEBI registered platform works. Your EPF is also growing your assets automatically with every salary. Do not ignore it. Do not withdraw it early when you change jobs. Let it compound. Lever 2. Reduce your liabilities. Pay off high interest debt as fast as possible. Credit cards at 36 to 42% annual interest are the most destructive liabilities on any net worth statement. Personal loans at 12 to 18% come next. Home loans at 8 to 9% are the least urgent, and in some cases, the tax deductions under Section 24 of the Income Tax Act make them less damaging than they appear. The sequence that builds net worth fastest: eliminate high interest consumer debt first, then build your emergency fund. Then invest consistently. Notice that this is not a strategy requiring a large income. Priya built rupees 18 lakh of net worth on rupees 45,000 a month by doing two things consistently: investing rupees 8,000 a month and borrowing nothing she did not need. The pace at which net worth grows is almost always less important than the direction. Positive and moving forward beats large and stagnant. Calculating net worth once is useful. Tracking it over time is what changes behavior. The recommendation: calculate your net worth every 6 months. Set a reminder 1st of April and 1st of October, for example, to align with the financial year rhythm in India. You do not need expensive software. A simple spreadsheet with two columns, assets and liabilities, with a sum at the bottom, works perfectly. Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, save it, date it, and compare each new calculation to the last. What you are watching for is not a specific number, you are watching for the trend. Is the number going up? Is the gap between assets and liabilities widening in the right direction? If yes, regardless of how slowly the plan is working. If the number is going down or staying flat despite regular income, that is a signal. Something is consuming what should be building. Go back to the budgeting structure from the previous video, the 50-30-20 framework, and look at which category is absorbing more than it should. Net worth is the long view, the budget is the monthly tool. They work together. My neighbor worked 30 years at a bank. He was not careless, he was not lazy. He just measured the wrong thing for 3 decades. He watched his salary, he did not watch his net worth. And by the time the salary stopped, there was not enough build to replace it. You know something now that he did not. Three things to carry from this video. One, net worth is the only honest measure of financial health. It is what you own minus what you owe. Calculate it, write it down, date it. 2. Income does not determine net worth, behavior does. Priya built nearly rupees 19 lakh of net worth on rupees 45,000 a month. Vikram built a negative net worth on rupees 80,000 a month. The difference was consistent investing and no consumer debt. 3. Building net worth has two levers and only two: grow your assets and reduce your liabilities. Do both consistently and the number moves in the right direction. However, slowly. In the next video, we take the foundation further. Before you invest a single rupee in a mutual fund or a stock, before any of that, there is one financial layer that needs to exist first. It is called an emergency fund, and most people either do not have one or have it in the wrong place. We will cover exactly what it is, how much you need, and precisely where to keep it in the Indian financial system. If this video helped you think about money differently, subscribe before you leave and calculate your net worth today, even a rough estimate. Write it down, that number, whatever it is your starting point. See you in the next one.